what was like one of your favorite highlights outside of that one from being able to pull someone off to the side and execute like a high level piece of content? Like what was one of your favorite moments from being on the carpets?
Ooh, I mean, I think like this past year, like Brad Pitt, you know what I mean? Like he's just such an icon. And in addition to that, he was just like the coolest guy, you know what I mean? And it was always like our whole night was not positioned, but like the goal was to get him, you know what I mean? Because we knew that he was doing a lot of press for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he had been like fun and playful in press leading up to the Oscars. And sort of I don't know if he was like favored to win, but he was like, people were like excited about the idea of him winning. And so everybody really wanted to get Brad Pitt, but it's like, you never know. And it always comes down to like, they're walking by and like the way you ask the publicist is like, that might determine whether or not you get them. You know what I mean? And so especially with big celebrities like that, it's like they come at the end when it's like super busy and there's like the show starting and they're like walking through, you know? So he's like beelining it right past us. And like, we're pretty much at the end of the carpet. Like there's a couple little interviewees like outlets after us, but essentially we're the last big booth. And then the door is right. Like those big grand stairs, like we're right around the corner from that.
Right.
So as soon as they pass us, it's like they're up the stairs and they're in the building. Right. And so it's either like, do this thing or like go right there. It's inside, like you're done as soon as you go right there, you know? So the draw to like just go inside, it must be high, right? So he's walking by and I don't remember, cause we have these field producers that are talking to the publicist, and I don't remember overhearing the pitch, but I just remember like seeing him and just being like in my mind, just being like, please, 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 please. He's like walking down, we see him coming. And then he like looks over and he's like, they're like, how long? And they're like, oh, super fast. He's like, all right, like, let's do it. And he comes over and he's just like, what's up, man? How you doing? And he's super cool and super nice. And like, you know, I grew up watching this guy's films, and it's just like, he's a legend,
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he was just so nice. And I was like, oh, you're like the coolest, like most friendly guy ever. And he just did a super cool move. The other thing I should add too is that like GlamBots with men is kind of like, it's a little weird. They have like less to do. You know what I mean? Like with girls, it's like you can flip the hair, twirl the dress, spin, you know what I mean? But like guys, it's like, especially they're just like not as used to it. Like girls, you're like, oh, do like a cute pose. They have 20 that they can pull from. But with men, you have less practice and there's less sort of like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, they like want to pose for a photo naturally.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like it's just sort of like, it's sometimes a little tricky to like figure out moves for men, you know what I mean? But he was just like, just on it. And like, I don't even know what that move was. It was kind of like a punchy thing, but it was just cool and dynamic, and he was super cool. And I think that moment like really stood out to me as just something super fun and a little special.
Thanks for listening to this clip. Make sure to listen to the full interview, which is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Hit the subscribe button for more highlights and join our Black with No Cream private community for creators. Links in the description.